We see, don't we, all that we experience is understandable as a spectrum of vibrations. There are different kinds of spectra. There's the spectrum of light, there's the spectrum of sound. We can also think of spectra of smells, of tactile feelings, of emotions, and so on all down the line. We are, as it were, living in the midst of a woven tapestry. And so on all down the line. We are, as it were, living in the midst of a woven tapestry.
Peace, peace. This is djOHLOW coming to you live from Radio Fairfax, here in Fairfax, VA. I got so much stuff in front of me, man. I can't even work here, man. I got a nice little group of guests here. I'm going to start to my left. Miss CC Vibez, what's going on? Oh, I can't hear you. No mic. Let me fix that mic. I'll be right back. We're going to swing around here. We'll be back. I'm going to fix that mic going. That mic's not even working, man. Mic number 3, Mark. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Thanks for coming out. You're going to be talking about some personal training. You're going to be talking about some weightlifting. Today we're talking about health, personal health.
Sounds good.
We're moving into the winter time, man. We're moving into fall. And this is when our bodies start to slow down. We start to get into like a hibernation mode. So I want to talk about health a little bit so we can try to become motivated and find some energy. Cece's going to talk about some energy points and some things, some foods, and some ways that we can find motivation to get up and start our day. To the right over here, I got brother Rameen from Beats, Rhymes, and Relief.
Peace. Thanks
Peace.
for having me,
Thank you for coming out, man. And you're going to talk about some things you got coming up. I was talking to you on the phone this weekend, and you were telling me that you guys did something with the Syrian refugee kids, where you brought a whole bunch of kids out to D.C., and you guys had a big wall, and you just let them go crazy and just do a big painting.
Actually, we went out to Jordan to the Zatari refugee
Oh, it was in
camp.
Jordan?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
After I brought a third of a mile canvas, had over 1,000 refugee kids, paint on it, messages of peace and hope, and we're going to exhibit that on the National Mall.
Oh, that's what's up. Oh, okay, that's what you said. It's going to be exhibited in the National Mall. Yeah, that's what's up. We're going to come back and talk about that.
Right.
And to your right, I got my big brother, Betta.
Peace, yo.
Peace, man. And you're here to talk about Wing Chun.
Yeah, we can talk about some Wing Chun.
Yeah.
Health benefits thereof.
That's Chinese boxing.
Not really. It is a Chinese martial art.
Oh, it's not Chinese boxing?
It's a lot more than that.
Well, I know it's a lot more than that, yeah, but it's known.
It's Chinese Kung Fu.
It's Chinese Kung Fu.
Yeah.
All right. I thought it was known to the West as Chinese boxing, though.
Nah, that's an alternate martial art. But there's a boxing system within Wing Chun, but it's not, it's not Chinese boxing.
That's what's up, man. We were also supposed to have Choppy Chop in building, but I just got a message from him right now saying he can't make it. So that's what's up. I don't have any live music, but I'll be playing this beat that Natural E made for us, and he was supposed to be here to talk about mangoes and mushrooms, man. The benefits of mushrooms. Actually, there's some new reports that say that they're using mushrooms. Well, we'll come back and talk about that, but I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to fix this mic for Cece and Miss Candice. And Miss Candice is talking about some stuff here, too. You're going to talk about turmeric, right? And you're going to talk about hypoallergenic jewelry.
Correct.
Right? All right, cool. I'm going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This song be with OHLOW. Peace.
So the spiritual awakening is something that will often occur with some trauma. It's very common for people. People will have a heart attack. People will have a sickness. People will lose a parent. People will lose a child. And suddenly these big questions come into focus. They hadn't been there before. And that is the greatest awakening, because ultimately we are spiritual beings. The bestial, that goes. The emotional one goes. The intellectual one, according to the Muslims, everything that you learn, you lose when you die, except what you learned that was beneficial for your next life. Ultimately, even the true intellectual awakening is a spiritual awakening as well. So the basira is that inward sight. It's the ability to perceive something with the inward eye. And one of the things about the world is that when you look at the world, and this is where good and evil is very interesting, when you look at the world, most people look at the world in terms of good and evil by what they think is good and evil. In other words, when I look out at the world, this is good. Why? Because I like it. And that's evil. Why? Because I don't like it. And so things that I don't like happening are evil, and things that I like happening are good. This is the criteria of the human being.
Keeping the First Amendment alive.
We are Radio Fairfax, Fairfax County's public access and internet radio station.
Peace, peace. This is djOHLOW. Welcome back to On Beat with OHLOW. Coming to you live from Radio Fairfax here in Fairfax, VA. How's your mic?
Check.
There
Mic
you go.
is good.
All right. Let's finish up these intros real quick. Miss CC Vibez.
What's going on, OHLOW? How you
Thank you
doing?
for coming out. And you're going to be talking about, again, you're talking about regaining your energy for the season, because I was saying that we're going into the season where we start to lose our energy.
Yeah.
And we start to get lazy. We start to eat turkey and wine and all these different things that kind of make us sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to talk about insomnia,
Yeah.
which a lot of us suffer from.
Yes.
Insomnia. So we're going to talk about that.
How to help yourself a little more to get your days going a little more. Have a lot more energy and just feel better about your day to day. Because insomnia can cause you to be lethargic and crappy to people on a day to day.
Exactly, yeah.
And make your girls moody.
Well, I was going to say misery loves company, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
And insomnia loves misery.
Yeah, exactly. And to your left, we have Miss Candice. Peace and thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
And you're going to be talking about turmeric.
Yes.
Right? And the benefits of.
Yes.
Right?
For allergy sufferers, sinuses.
Stay up on that mic for me, please.
Sorry.
Yeah, stay close. Yeah.
Yeah, just saying no to the medical medicine that they give you and just using natural benefits.
So alternative medicine.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
cool. And then I'm going to swing to the right here. We have Scott from the Autism Society of Northern Virginia. Thank you, Scott, for coming out.
Yeah, glad I can make it, Omar.
Yeah, appreciate you coming out. And you're here to talk about children, specifically children with autism.
Well, children and adults. In Fairfax County, we figure there's between 3,500 and 4,000 folks that have some form of autism. Okay,
I want to start with you because a lot of people don't know what autism is. So can you just tell us, first of all, what is autism exactly?
Autism is a neurological disorder. Usually it's found in children roughly around ages 2 to 5. It's not mental, it's not psychological. They just think differently. They process information differently. Usually there's a lot of sensory issues around it.
Sensory issues, okay. And how young can a child be diagnosed, or how old do they have to be in order for them to know that he or she has autism?
Well, our son was diagnosed with something just developmentally not right at around age 9 months.
9 months, okay.
But we have a board member who was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome at age 29.
Age 29.
So it could be, usually it's when they're around ages 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
But it can be later in life.
And is it something that can be reversed?
There's therapies that can be used, some biomedical treatments that can be used to assist it. But it is usually you'll have some form of autism through your whole life, but the impact can be greatly lessened with effective treatments.
And I was actually reading about autism, and I think a lot of people are just ignorant not just autism, but all people are just ignorant to everything, you know? If it doesn't affect you directly, I think people don't even choose to take the time to figure out what these different things are that affect our society. And when I was reading about autism, I went in completely blind to what it was, and I actually read that kids with autism actually excel in the arts, and maybe not all the time, but a majority of the kids excel in the arts, in music. Do you see that happening with the kids that you work with?
It can. If you've met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism. They're very different. Okay. Their strengths and their challenges can be very different. There are folks that have incredible math skills. Our son is a savant in a way. Just like the movie Rain Man, who was a savant.
Oh, okay.
He's the guy you want to take to the casino with you.
Okay.
But our son has a skill. He has the ability to get the thread out of the entire length of the bath towel. I can't do that, but he can do it all day long.
That's cool.
So it's a different kind of, some have different skills. Again, math skills, music, there's lots of different strengths. On the other hand, usually there's issues with social interactions, communication. That kind of rounds out the diagnostic criteria for autism.
Okay, and I want to talk about some foods, but I want to come back. I want to give some other people an opportunity, but I do want to talk to you about some foods and just the diets. I read about some diets that kids can get onto that help and stuff like that too. But I'm going to swing it back this way to Miss Cece. I'm going to let you start with the food because you're the food lady.
Okay.
And not only are you the honey lady, the bee lady, but you handle all of our harvest for the season.
The bees are very dangerous right now.
Why is that? Because
I think we have over, there's got to be at least 10,000 bees out there right now because they like populated and populated and populated. We had our Russian bees come in, and then our Italian bees just started like making more bees and more bees. And then all of a sudden, so when they first start to make honey, they're safe. But then once their hives are full of honey, they're protecting it.
Oh, okay.
Because they eat it during the winter. Like that's their food.
Yeah.
So we come in and we rob them of their food, and I got stung in the face and the neck and the back and my foot. Like I never get stung. But
see,
they came after me. I walk up to them with no suit on. I'll touch them. I'll go with nothing.
Now, when you came here in May and you were telling us about your bees and how nice they are and they fly up on you.
Yeah,
and
I got YouTube videos of me and the bees just all up on each other.
Yeah, but you didn't tell us about this part of it.
I didn't think those bees were going to be aggressive with me. I thought I was
time. It's real out here. The land is about to go into famine.
They were like, you are not taking our honey. No
cool.
natural healing for you.
I'm going to take a quick break, actually. I'm going to take a quick break for PSAs, and we'll be right back. This is On Beat with OHLOW. We're talking about health. Radio Fairfax. Peace.
Keeping the First Amendment alive.
Radio Fairfax, a service of Fairfax Public Access in Fairfax, Virginia.
Peace, peace. This is djOHLOW. You're tuning to On Beat with OHLOW, coming to you live from Radio Fairfax here in Fairfax, VA. Today we're talking about health, and we're talking a little bit about children's health. We have Scott here from I don't want to say it wrong, it's the Autism Society of Northern Virginia. When I looked up your organization, I actually looked up a different one. It was the parents.
Right.
Right? And
there's the two primary parent nonprofits in the area are the Autism Society of Northern Virginia and Parents of Autistic Children of Northern Virginia.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
The latter one of the two primarily deals with educational issues, and the Autism Society deals with basically everything else.
Okay. And you sit on both of the boards of both organizations.
I'm the only person who sits on both boards, and the only person who's a former president of both organizations.
Oh, okay. That's cool, yeah. So, and how long have you been a part of the organization?
For about 10 years so far.
10 years. Okay, cool. And was that around the time that it was actually developed? Is that when it first came to be?
No, actually, I'm retired military, and we just happened to move into the D.C. area in 2002.
Oh, okay. And you just got involved with the organization that was already set up.
Right.
Okay, perfect. And so before the break, we were talking about food a little bit. We were talking to Miss Cece Vibez. You didn't even get into what you wanted to talk about because you were talking about your bees, but let's start this conversation. So first of all, tell us about the season that we're going into right now.
Yes.
And the harvest. I know that we have pumpkins.
Yes.
We have squash.
Yes.
All organic.
Oh, yeah.
All from your greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What else do you have? Scallions.
Yeah, onions for days. Onions don't ever die. Onions live for days and days and days.
You said watermelon.
They didn't. Because remember those onions she gave us,
Yeah.
Not too long ago? Like, they didn't die.
They didn't.
No, they didn't.
I had them for a while, and I didn't plant them anything. I just had them sit in the house, and they started sprouting up.
Those onions are probably 40-something years old. Onions.
Yeah, the drop onions.
The drop onions they'll keep growing for years and years and years and years. They love Virginia soil.
Yeah, I need some more, by the way.
I got them.
I'm getting hungry.
I got them. They in front of, and literally, I have them in my apartment, and they grow in my apartment too. It's crazy. They just keep growing.
It's wild.
Onions, kale.
Okay.
All varieties
all in
of kale.
Season right now.
Yes. Because the cold weather, the kale likes it, and it's nice and crisp and sweet. When you pick kale and it's warm outside, it's bitter and don't taste great. A little bit of broccoli. It's starting to flower. The bees love the broccoli flowers, so you get kind of fartish taste as honey. Because I mean, of course it's gonna, once we get the honey, it's not gonna taste like fart, but I can only imagine what it tastes like right now because of all the
Everything you guys grow is organic, right?
Oh yeah, there's no pesticides
no
on it.
No pesticides.
There's nothing sprayed on it. So if we lose it to some type of animal or mold or Japanese beetle, then
stink bug.
Stink bugs aren't that bad.
Oh, that's the Korean beetle.
It's the Japanese
beetles.
They're really pretty, like ladybugs.
The green ones, right? They're kind of
They're-
like
The ash beetle.
They're all different colors. Like you can get red ones with
Yeah.
little spots. You can get green ones with little spots. You can get orange ones with little spots.
They're all in my firewood. They eat my firewood.
They crush food. They crush
Yeah.
everything. They don't even all your flowers. They eat everything. They're mean.
All right,
Japanese
general
food.
question to everybody. I'm going to get everyone involved into this conversation. Organic. Everything that you guys grow is organic, right?
Strictly organic. Like what you get in the store is not organic.
So who eats organic here? Anybody? Yeah, everybody? Just about? Betta?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? All right, well, let's start to the right now. Okay, so why would you choose organic, or why don't you care about organic?
Well, I've grown up with the philosophy of my grandfather, and he said, too much of anything could kill you. So if you're going to go, you might as well go happy. So I do it in moderation. I mean, if it comes around to me going to get it, I will get it.
But there's no such thing as doing organic in moderation, though. There's nothing wrong with overeating organic foods.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. And if I come across it, I get it. But if I don't get to it, I'm not going to get it.
So you don't really care about it?
Yeah, I'm not.
But what about your kids, though? Because you have kids, too. You feed them just any old processed food?
Yeah, I feed them anything.
Why, man? With all the information
Do
that
you
we
eat
have
fast
today.
food though?
Nah, we don't eat fast food.
Okay, well that's you on one step.
And I'm going to
to-
talk about fast food, too, because there's an article in National Geographic that I picked up.
I don't even know why they call it fast food. Why is it called food?
Well,
it's kind of crazy. The stuff that you buy, like the fast food market chain these days, it should be outlawed, but they still keep selling it.
Because people keep buying it.
They buying it because they selling it.
Not really.
It's
man.
easy.
It doesn't matter. I mean, if people there's a demand for it. People demand it. People want it. If you shut down McDonald's down the street from here, people will get pissed off and
Probably
start,
pick it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's been there all your life.
Yeah,
It's been there all your life, but
but it hasn't been there.
We're subject to what they give us. At the end of the day.
I don't think so, man. That's what I used to think, but everyone has free will, and you said yourself, like you choose if it's around, you'll buy organic, but you don't go out your way to go buy organic. But there's other people that go out their way not to go to McDonald's and make sure that they go the extra length to get their organic foods. You know what I'm saying? Like CC Vibez, she's got a greenhouse set up. So
Greenhouse, and I grow it all on my little itty bitty porch that I have. I make sure I got good food around me at all times. All times. Or if I don't have it, I make sure I find it somewhere, because what I put in my body is only going to make my nervous system work better. It's only going to make my system work better. It's your fuel. You're not going to put water in your gas tank and think your car is going to work fine. It's not. So
we drink a lot of water.
Well,
yeah, that's good. That's good.
A lot of water in the house.
What I wanted to get into about health is that our children's health is essentially our health, because what happens is that we feed our children, right? And there's an epidemic in this country right now with fast food, like you were saying, fast food, because fast food is cheap, it's easy, and it's on the go. And you can feed your whole family for like $10. But $10, if you were to go buy organic fruits and vegetables, you can only get a few things that would probably only feed one person. So there's this.
Yeah, you go broke trying to eat healthy, man. It's real out here.
That's not true.
That's a fallacy
That's not
too, though.
true.
Yeah, that's a fallacy. That is a fallacy, and I want to get into that as well. But what I was trying to get at is the reason that so many people eat fast food is because it's cheap. And see, the thing is that fast food actually, people who are rich don't eat fast food. People who are smart, people who are healthy, people they don't eat fast food, because fast food actually, they don't prey. Like you said, it's not that they prey on people, but people who have less money, people who have less time, people who have a lot of kids, they go to fast food because of the convenience of it. You know what I mean? And they're ignorant because they don't know what they're eating, and it's really their own fault. And I can't say that it's the fault of McDonald's or whatever, because
Well, I mean, but that's all they know, because that's all they see. Like I said, McDonald's been there all of our lives. You
Yeah,
know
but
what I
the
mean?
same
Like,
people-
you don't have to think to know anything about McDonald's, because they show it to you 100 times a day.
Yeah,
So,
it's
but you have to
every-
think. You have to research to find something that's healthy for you, because it's not promoted in the same light.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I know, and I get that, and I know that The McDonald's Corporation, they use all the tactics to make sure that they get all our kids to come eat their French fries and stuff. I get that. No, I understand that. But essentially, it's up to the parents, man. But I got to take a quick break, man, because my cameras are dying. We'll be right back. We're talking about health. This is On Beat with OHLOW, coming to you live from Radio Fairfax. Peace.
You don't know. 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 And there's a really interesting, because I think this is so fascinating, the way that this was articulated, which is from the Apology. And if people who know this story, which is from Socrates, he was condemned to death for blasphemy because they said that he didn't believe in the official gods of the state, and also for corrupting the youth. And he says in there that the real reason that he was condemned was, he said that I spend all my time going about trying to persuade you, young and old, to make your first and chief concern not for your bodies, nor for your possessions, but for the highest welfare of your souls. Proclaiming as I go, wealth does not bring goodness, but goodness brings wealth, and every other blessing, both to the individual and to the state. Now, if I corrupt the young by this message, the message would seem to be harmful. But if anyone says that my message is different from this, he is talking nonsense. So his corrupting the youth was that he was making them lose their materialism. And parents always get upset when their children become less materialistic, because they start worrying about who's going to take care of me when I get old if he doesn't have any money. So they have this idea of, no, you have to do this and go out and make up a lot of money. So anybody that will change that game plan becomes a corrupter of youth. So that's what he said. That's the real reason. The other reason he said is because somebody went to the oracle and asked who was the wisest person in Greece, and they said Socrates, and he said that can't be right. So he went around to disprove it, and he went to all these wise people. He ended up finding out that they were all really ignorant, but were pretending to be wise. So he said the only reason he was more wise than they were is because he knew that he was ignorant. And so that's why they condemned him to death. He said, you guys just don't like me because I go around talking in public, examining your so-called wise people and exposing their ignorance in front of everybody. So it's made them mad, so they want me dead. 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 So they want me dead.